Most of us just see our car as this thing that costs us money every single month. But what if I told you that same car, the one sitting in your driveway right now, is actually a source of immediate cash? I'm talking cash you can get your hands on without taking on any new debt and without even a credit check. Today, we're diving into a financial strategy that claims to do exactly that. So, I was looking into this, and the source material literally calls it a car leasing hack that feels illegal to know. It's framed as one of those gatekeep tricks, a way around the typical financial stuff that banks are always trying to sell you. So, what is this big secret? Okay, so before we jump into the how, let's talk about the why. We need to look at the problem this whole thing is trying to solve. And it's a situation a lot of us can probably relate to, the car owner's dilemma. You need cash, you need it now, but all the usual options can actually make things a whole lot worse. And this, right here, just lays it all out perfectly. On one side, you've got these urgent needs, right? An emergency, bills with crazy high interest, maybe a down payment. But on the other side, you've got the solution, traditional loans. And these often just rack up more debt, ding your credit score, and lock you into these long payment cycles. It's like you're trying to put out a fire, and the only thing they hand you is a bucket of gasoline. It just makes things worse. So what if there was a way to just sidestep that whole mess? This is where this new financial hack comes into play. It's pitched as something completely different because it's not about borrowing money at all. Okay, so the big idea here is something called sell and rent back. And the concept is actually super simple. You sell your car to a rental company for what it's worth in cash, and then you immediately start renting it back from them. So let's just pause on that. You get the cash you need, and you keep driving your exact same car. No loan, no debt, no hit to your credit.
All right, I know what you're thinking. The concept sounds straightforward enough, but how does this actually work in the real world? Let's break down the actual process, from you having a car to you having cash in hand.
Well, according to the source, it's actually just a 3-step process. Super direct. First, you put your car's details into a marketplace, like Owntic, and you get offers. Second, you look at the offers, you pick one you like, and you sell your car to a partner rental company. And third, you get the cash, and you start renting your car back. And the whole thing is designed to be quick. We're talking to people getting thousands of dollars in their bank account in about a week. Now, it's really important to understand what's going on behind the scenes. Owntic itself isn't the one buying your car or lending you money. Think of it as a matchmaker, a marketplace that connects you, the car owner, with these rental companies. So let's be super clear. This is not some tricky new type of loan. It's a sale, a simple transaction. And because it's a sale, there's no debt, nothing to pay back. Okay, so we've got the how. But the big question is, does it actually make financial sense? To figure that out, let's crunch the numbers they lay out in the source material and compare them side by side. All right, check this out. This is the key financial argument, and it uses a $10,000 car as the example. So if you own that car and you also took out a $10,000 loan, you're looking at maybe $200 a month for ownership costs, tax, insurance, maintenance, plus another $300 for the loan. That's $500 a month out of your pocket. Now, with the sell and rent back model, they claim your ownership costs and that loan payment drop to zero. All you have is the rental fee, around $350. So yeah, the monthly cost is a lot lower. And when you zoom out, that monthly savings, it really starts to stack up. Over 3 years, the source calculates a potential savings of $5,400. Think about that for a second. On a $10,000 car, you could avoid extra costs that are equal to more than half the car's value, all while having that 10 grand in cash from day one. So you're probably wondering, where are all these savings coming from? How is that even possible? Well, this chart basically shows all the financial baggage you get to just drop. The idea is your single rental fee covers everything. You're not worrying about taxes, insurance, or maintenance anymore. And you're not worrying about that silent killer of your car's value, depreciation. All those ownership headaches suddenly become the rental company's problem, not yours. So what are people actually doing with all this cash they've unlocked? The use cases are actually pretty interesting and surprisingly versatile. People are doing everything from clearing out high-interest credit card debt to funding a down payment on a house. Some use it for relocation costs, others use it to buy out their lease without another loan. And some people even use it strategically to avoid depreciation while they're waiting for a new car model to come out. Pretty smart. Okay, I get it. At this point, you might be thinking, this sounds a little too good to be true. What's the catch? What's the risk here? Well, the source material actually goes into what it calls a safety net that's designed to deal with those exact worries.
And this is the big one, right? The question on everyone's mind. What happens if you hit a rough patch and you just can't make one of those monthly rental payments? Well, the answer they give is a feature they call payment assurance. The claim is that if you can't make a payment, Owntic just steps in and covers it for you. And get this is the wild part. They don't ask you to pay it back. It's not a loan. It's just covered. It's framed as this genuine safety net for when life gets unpredictable. And the safety net, according to the source, actually has a few more layers. They talk about having legal protections in place to avoid any disputes, and some contracts even have the flexibility to let you return the car early if your situation changes. And, this is a big one, just getting offers is totally free. There's no obligation. You don't pay a dime unless you actually go through with a deal that you decide is right for you. So when you pull all of this together, what we're really talking about isn't just another financial product. It's about a whole new way of looking at that thing that's probably just sitting in your driveway right now.
There's this one quote from the material that it nails the whole idea. Don't sell your future to fix your past. Think about it. Traditional loans often feel like you're borrowing from your future self, right? You're creating more debt down the line to solve a problem today. This model is all about using the value of something you already own to fix the present without putting your future in jeopardy. And that really leaves us with one big question to chew on. After looking at all of this, you have to ask yourself, is your car just a way to get from point A to point B? Or could it be an untapped financial asset just sitting there waiting to give you cash and savings, all without the weight of debt? It's a really interesting thought, and it might just change the way you look at the stuff you already own.